Hello everybody, Xanathar here, and today I am doing a review of the English dub of Ultraman Z, episode 12. Let's talk about the characters. Let's talk about Haruki. Haruki is fantastic in this episode. He is still thinking about Red King, and he now has sort of PTSD in a way, where every time when he about to finish a kaiju off, he freezes and starts having a panic attack, and it's very well done and very interesting. Haruki has a very fantastic scene with Yoko, talking about if killing kaiju is really offending peace, and that is very interesting. I really love that scene with Haruki. I really love this scene with Haruki when he's working out and all he's thinking about is all the kaijus he defeated, and he just thinks about his dad, and it's just a well done and emotional scene, and I really love that scene so very much. The acting with Haruki is so good. I really enjoy Haruki's actor in this episode so very much. Haruki is fantastic in this episode. Now let's talk about Yoko. What I said, she has a fantastic scene with Haruki. Humanity has to get stronger and handle things on their own and not rely on Ultraman Z. And she says a wonderful line, "Not all monsters are evil, but there's still no place for them, not in a human world. So we can't put this on someone else. That's why I choose to take a burden, to take another life." That is a wonderful line, and I love it so very much. That line kinda reminds me what Ishirō Honda said. Monsters are tragic beings, born too tall, too strong, and too heavy. They are not evil by choice. That is their tragedy. That quote fits this episode so very well, by the way. Now we get back to Yoko. She proves humanity can offend themselves. She saves Ultraman Z and defeats the kaiju in this episode. Yoko is fantastic in this episode, so many great lines, and I really enjoy her in this episode. Now let's talk about Juddler Senpai. I love him in this episode so very much. He is so fantastic. Says so many funny lines, and he just a great character. Chairman appears in this episode as well, and he's quite hilarious, having stomach days, freaking out about everything, and I love his banter with Juddler as well. He's really fun. Let's talk about Yuka. Yuka is hilarious in this episode, especially when she shows off the kaiju flats and everybody's like, "Oh, it stinks," and she's just so into it. It's so funny. Ultraman Z, he gets mostly confused what's going on with Haruki, and because of Haruki's panic attack, he loses the connection with Haruki sort of and reverts to his original form and almost gets killed. Ultraman Z is pretty okay in this episode. So all the characters are really good in this episode and very fun to watch. The serious ones like Yoko and Haruki are really fantastic in this episode. Yoko has so many nice scenes and so many great lines in this episode, and Haruki is so very interesting. Him having a panic attack, him screaming at the end of this episode, he is so fantastic and so interesting. Let's talk about the dubbing. Zeno Robinson again is killing it with these emotional roles with Haruki. He is so fantastic. I really dig his voice acting. Very great job. And Madeline Rodat with saying those great lines is so very well done. I really enjoy her scene with Haruki. Their scene is just such a great scene together and so well voice acted. And the other voice actors are really having fun with their scenes. Just a great dub. Now let's talk about the effects. Ski Drill Raiden is a nice updated design, and I really dig it. I like how you honestly kind of feel bad for it because it was experimented on, and I really liked it because it looks really cool and it's really powerful and it's just a cool kaiju. King Joe's Stories Custom. I like how it comes apart and how it turns into a tank mode. That is very cool. I like that very much. And we see how powerful King Joe's Story Custom is in this episode. So the effects in this episode are really good. I really love the effects in this episode. My criticisms. I have no criticisms for this episode. What do I like about episode 12? I really like how Haruki is still affected by Red King, and he don't solve it and fix it in this episode. He's still affected by it at the end of this episode. I also like the fact humanity is able to offend themselves with King Joe defeating the kaiju. Very awesome. I love that very much. What is my final thoughts for episode 12 of Ultraman Z? I really like this episode. I love how dark this episode is. I love Haruki in this episode. I love the acting, the voice acting. This episode is just really, really good. And I love this episode very much. So that is pretty much it with this review. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me down below what you think of the episode, and since we're basically halfway through, what do you think of the dub so far? If you like this video, drop a like for this video. If you're new, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you know when I make new videos. Xanathar is out.
Ew, it stinks. Woo!